Good evening from the Channel's television studios in London for your international news around the world in 5. As the death toll rises in Turkey and Syria following Monday's devastating earthquake, grief has turned to anger as bereaved communities criticise authorities for being insufficiently prepared for such a disaster. During a visit to an aid hub in Adıyaman, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan met with survivors as his government faces mounting criticism over the speed of assistance and lax enforcement of building regulations. Meanwhile, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad is thought to have made his first visit to an earthquake-hit area after he visited the Aleppo University Hospital. A spokesman for the president issued these images of Assad alongside his wife, visiting people who were injured in the destructive disasters which has killed tens of thousands. Despite the crucial 72-hour period passing several days ago, the internationally led ongoing search and rescue efforts are yielding dividends. This video, posted on a social media website, shows a young girl aged just 4 being pulled out of the rubble in Kahramanmaraş, Turkey. She was buried alive for more than 100 hours. As crews, both large and small, worked desperately to find further signs of life, prayers were held outdoors in the Turkish quake epicenter. The incident now ranks as the 7th most deadly natural disaster this century, ahead of Japan's 2011 tremor and tsunami, and approaching the 31,000 killed by a quake in neighbouring Iran in 2003. In other news, a 6-year-old child is among at least 2 people tragically killed after a driver rammed into a crowd waiting at a bus stop in Jerusalem. Israeli authorities said that the suspected attacker was neutralised at the scene by an off-duty police officer and has been identified as a 31-year-old man living in the east of the city. Tensions have soared in the Israeli-annexed eastern half of the city following a Palestinian shooting last month that killed 7 people in the deadliest attack in Jerusalem in over a decade. The Islamic militant group Hamas praised the suspected attack but did not immediately claim responsibility. Moldova's Prime Minister Natalia Gravelita has resigned after just 18 months in power. Her tenure has been blighted by economic turmoil and tension sparked by the war in Ukraine. The shock resignation comes after her government revealed that a Russian missile entered its airspace en route to a target in Ukraine during the latest wave of Russian attacks. During an address to the nation, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said 70 missiles were launched across Moldova, with 60 of them being shot down. The provocative move adds to the heightened risk of the war spilling over into the European Union as the Kremlin prepares to mark the first anniversary of the invasion towards the end of this month. At a press conference in Brussels on Friday morning, the Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki said that Poland would decide on whether to provide aircraft only with a unanimous decision among NATO allies. Elsewhere, Chinese President Xi Jinping met with the Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen in Beijing, underscoring the increasingly close ties between the two Asian nations. During the visit, Xi made a veiled swipe against America amid the row over an alleged spy balloon, saying his country would never accept hegemonic behaviour. And finally, an innovative Croatian project set to revolutionise cooking. A robotic chef is being pioneered at this local restaurant and has been programmed to be able to rustle up about 70 different one-pot meals. Gamma Chef, as it's known, is taught digitally how to cook a meal by the restaurant's head chef, then remembers the recipes and repeats it endlessly. 5 robot cookers can each produce 4 meals in 15 minutes or nearly 100 meals in just an hour. It took 7 years for the robot's partners to turn the idea into reality,